So to begin, we're going to create a slip knot, which is taking the tail end, twisting it under the working yarn, and then pulling that tail end through with your index finger and your thumb. Here I'm using a size 3.7 millimeter hook, and I'm just going to put my hook inside the slip knot that we made previously, and I'm going to crochet 10 chains. If you notice where my finger is, the stitch directly above my fingernail is not the stitch that you want to go into. Never into the stitch where the yarn is pulling from, the stitch right next to it. Wrap your yarn around the back and pull it out once. Now you should have 2 loops on your needle, and from here you're ready to complete the single crochet stitch by wrapping your yarn around again, and this time pulling it through both loops. Okay, so here's the tricky part that even professional crocheters often forget. This very last stitch. This will make or break your whole project. You have to make sure that you get the very last stitch, not the slip knot that you started with, but the very last stitch all the way at the end. Single crochet in, and then chain on up. So here I'm just gonna stitch directly into the next stitch again, and also I'm giving an example of what happens when you when you crochet through your yarn rather than through a stitch. Like here, it's kind of blurry, but you can see a little bit that the string in the middle is thinner, so when I try to yarn through it, it's also messing up the yarn, and you're going to be able to tell, unless you correct your problem, you're going to be able to tell on the opposite side of the project that you didn't properly yarn through the stitch, and instead you put the needle through the yarn instead of the stitch. So to fix it, we're just going to pull the working yarn, pull our loop up a little bit, and put our hook right back through and start like nothing ever happened. Now you can rewind, pause, go back as many times as you need to. Make sure that you're hitting every stitch, otherwise your whole project will be flimsy.